Imagine a league built by the people, for the people. A league dedicated to the economic development of your city. So the question becomes, how good are the 32 teams that play in the minor football league? Well, there's only one way to find out. You have to experience the MFL.
Welcome to another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard Myles Sr., CEO, Chairman, and founder of the Minor Football League. I want to make sure that everybody wearing your face masks. You know, a lot of us forget that. And I have some special guests on today, and not special, they're part of the MFL Nation, but we're excited about having them on. I realize they're scheduled and our schedule we had. But I also want to point out that please get out there and vote. You realize this is historical that people get out there and vote because it's very important. You see the way things are going now, and if you do not vote, then you have no one to blame but yourself of what's going on. So let's get into our show today. Also, I want to invite on Lisa, our dance team director. How you doing, Lisa?
Hey, how are you? I'm doing great.
Okay, and I want to invite in Dr. Pat Freeman from the Rochester Chargers. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Dr. Myles?
The Chiefs said they're looking for you, but I ain't make that work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're waiting on the Chiefs.
Dr. Pat Freeman has been doing a great job up there. We're all excited. When you say Lisa, I think he's doing a marvelous job up there.
Fantastic job.
Taking that whooping, but you know we're not going to that. So I realize you guys are busy, and once a week we try to get part of the segment. We like to invite in our guests that the MFL is going over to Africa, and we generally had guests on from Africa because of time restraint and some of the scheduling. We got a little backed up, but nevertheless, the MFL is still here. Lisa, what's going on with the dance team? I know everybody is excited, but this COVID-19 is still out there. I get some calls, and I have to remind people that hey, don't get so caught up in all that. I mean, when it's safe for them, then we will do what we need to do. Right, Lisa?
Yes, absolutely. I hope everyone is staying safe and wearing their face masks when going out in public. As we can see, it's really important. This is real. COVID-19 is not something just to brush under the table. So everyone has to be doing their part to stay safe and make sure, more importantly, keeping our other people safe. And same thing with the MFL. And as far as the dance teams go, we are so excited to get going with this. And we have a lot of inquiries coming in. But until we get the green light and we know we can do it safely, we're not going to put anyone out there at risk of contracting, any COVID. It would be horrible to have one person who's coming out to do something great, which is something that we really move forward and toward, which is helping people. We don't want anyone getting sick. So that's really important for us.
And, it has been spiking in different parts of the country. And as you know, and the MFL Nation know that we're all across the country. So that can make it somewhat difficult for us as far as the executive board and stuff. We have to be careful, and we don't want nobody, as you stated, we don't want nobody to get sick. I know I let Dr. Freeman chime in on this. That I know you're excited up there, but don't be so in a hurry to get jumped on. So I just wanted to throw that in.
Yeah. Well, no, we're excited. I am enthusiastic, not only about the opportunity that is before us in Rochester, but the opportunities that we have across this nation and then expanding into the African continent. So there's so many things going on, even, with the COVID pandemic. We're hoping for the best and that we'll be back on the field doing what we do in a short period of time.
Absolutely. And when you think about this COVID-19, we still really don't know exactly what it is. And I know they're talking about that they have several cures for it now. And I can understand when they get the frontline people that vaccine early, but still, do we know what that is? And not speaking on a medical perspective, but I just want to say, I mean, I still think it's a little too soon. I don't know. Maybe you want to chime in on that, Lisa?
Yeah, from what it sounds like, it seems like they are working on several vaccines. Different pharmaceutical companies are involved in producing a vaccine. And from what it seems like, the first round almost seems like you would take almost like a shot and then you would need like another booster shot. So, and also, they're going to be testing it on first, and I think to be treated would be the first responders. So I think that it may be a while before we get that's really approved and accurate. Personally, I won't be jumping at the gun. And I think there's several people, many people who feel the same way. But at the same time, we also have to remember just simply wearing a mask. And I know a lot of people feel that it's against their rights and you're invading their rights. But as we can see, you can test negative today and tomorrow you can be positive. I think this has been demonstrated across the board several times. And what people need to realize is because you get tested today and you're negative, doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have coronavirus on that day. It just means that you did not have enough of it to get noticed and to get a reading on it. So there is that incubation period, and I don't think they're quite sure how many days that is right now, as we can tell. So I think it'll be interesting to find out how many other people will be demonstrating positive results in the next few days. And again, it's just another reminder, just do the right thing, wear a mask. If you have ailments and you have difficulty breathing, asthma, then maybe you won't wear the mask. But at the same time, you want to protect yourself as well. So you want to stay socially distant.
Yeah, I know, Dr. Freeman, what is the census before I go into MFL business? Up there where you all at up there in Buffalo and Rochester? I mean, y'all have any spiking up there as of now?
Yes, it is starting to uptick. A lot of that they are attributing to the opening of universities and colleges. Young people have that sense of invincibility. But we're seeing that this virus does not care if you're the most powerful person in the world. And, the president of the United States has contracted COVID-19, and he is no doubt the most powerful person in the world. So this virus, it does not discriminate. Everybody needs to wear a mask and practice the suggested, protocols that have been given to us. And I've been doing it since December. And I told you that. I started flying with a mask and gloves on in December, and that was before, COVID really started. But I said, I kept catching a cold every time I was flying on a plane. So I fly so much that I just started doing it in December, and I noticed that I was not getting sick. So I just continued to do it right on in. And it's just a protocol that I've practiced. I don't go anywhere without putting my mask on and my gloves. And that is my protocol. And even when I came to see you, you had to say, well, you're inside now. You're in a safe space. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You had the gloves and the mask on. I'm like, Dr. Freeman, what's going on? Okay. And it's always best to be safe than sorry. And Lisa, I wanted to ask you, what is the sense? Is it peaking there as well?
Yes, as well. We have areas of New York where numbers are rising. I'm in the lower Hudson Valley, and also I'm in the downstate part and the boroughs. I think Brooklyn, seeing numbers rise as well. And so it's showing some concern to everyone. And it's just a reminder, we are coming into flu season. So everyone has to really practice just staying, keeping social distance from one another and wearing the mask, washing the hands, and doing all the protocols just to keep yourself safe,
Absolutely. You see, I'm getting ready to clean my hands again, and I'm sick. Never can be too safe. Also, Dr. Freeman, as you know, we have a new GM in Philadelphia, and the MFL is there. Getting a little tight for you there, huh, Dr. Freeman?
Oh, yeah, we welcome all competition, and we're looking forward to the best competition in the Mid-Atlantic Division. After we whoop on the Chiefs, we'll just work our way around the Eastern Seaboard and whoop on all y'all.
Now, you heard that. It's lucky that I'm not coaching, so I don't have anything.
Hey,
right.
The Colts, Chiefs,
New
whoever,
Jersey.
yeah, it doesn't make us any difference, because I'm telling you, I have hired the best, most passionate coach in the nation, and we will be lucky to keep him very long, because he is a gem, and he believes in the building of the character of men and women. He opened a $3.2 million facility for single mothers here in the city of Buffalo. So I have full confidence in Teddy McDuffie. He fits the MFL profile. We are the laboratory of change. And when I met him and sat down and talked to him, he was the only coach that I interviewed for the job, because I was determined that this man fit what Dr. Richard D. Myles has told me about in the quality of a coach to hire. And he was the one. And you had him on the other day.
Absolutely.
He is an outstanding individual, a builder of humanity, and he does a great job. He's also a Prince Hall Mason, like I am. And I think he's going to do a great, great job with the Rochester Chargers. And sometimes I know, winning on the field is important, but I believe Teddy McDuffie is going to do more than win on the football field. I think he's going to win in the community, and I think that's what you were looking for. And, I think, Dr. Myles, this was the person that fit what you told me, what you wanted for this league, a league for the people and by the people. So you hire a head coach with that type of sentiment, and with the ability to raise the level of the community. This man is just outstanding. I can't say enough about him. From day one, he is the only coach that I was looking for. And he was the one that had the qualities that you and I discussed in the process of me becoming a general manager and then an owner. You've kept every promise you've said to me. You have kept, and I respect you 150%. And I had to find someone that fit that bill, and I think I did.
Absolutely. And we had him on the show. Outstanding young man, very knowledgeable about the game. And more importantly, he's interested in young men in general and what we're doing and what the MFL is talking about doing in the community. So I agree with you on all of that. And he was great. Outstanding young man, and we'd like to get him on the show again. I don't know if Lisa had an opportunity to meet him as of yet, but you really got to treat Lisa when you meet him. He's really nice. He's epitomizing what we want in coaches in the MFL. Also, we have to be excited about the Saints in Philadelphia. And you know, we have Sean Wilson, an outstanding young man as well. I mean, I didn't even want to interview nobody else after that interview with Dr. Freeman. As you attest to, you had not had the opportunity to meet him personally, but you had the opportunity to see him on the show, and you're talking about somebody's passion. So having your head coach and him on at the same time, you can see that transparency in terms of what we want with our coaches in the MFL and our GMs and stuff. So, I mean, I'm excited about it. And the things that he was saying that you would think was coming out of our mouths, you know, listening to them talk. And of course, I'm excited about it. Also, we have to admit, look like we're getting ready to, we at the table with him, look like we're getting ready to have a woman GM down in Florida. You know, we're excited about Dr. Eubanks, and, you know, we're talking about, we're doing it again. The 49ers are moving to Florida. And I'll let you expand on that a little more, Dr. Freeman. This is someone we do know, and we're excited about it. And, you know, that's what, as y'all, Elise and them would say, women power. And as you know, Dr. Freeman, all women executive board, I cannot be more impressed with that. You know, we're just doing some great things. And getting back to Dr. Eubanks, I mean, tell us a little bit about her, Dr. Freeman. You know as well as me.
She is a tremendously dedicated, well-rounded, educated individual. And we could not have done any better in bringing her aboard with us here on the executive board of the Minor Football League. And she's the one that founded Global Overday Seminary and University, and has put together a powerful mechanism for education. And I cannot say enough about her and her entire family, because I was so honored to go through that virtual graduation. I felt like we were all there together. You know, it was so intimate, you know.
Absolutely.
What did you say, Dr. Myles?
I said we feel like kids again, huh?
Right. With
like
gowns kids. And how to put it on and everything else. Wow. She is just a tremendous leader in our community, and I think she is going to do an outstanding job in South Florida. And that's 2 teams in Florida. The MFL has arrived, and this is a great thing. And I think she is really the ideal person to join us, not only in running an organization in South Florida, but joining us on the executive board. She has tremendous alliances across the world, tremendous connections across the world. And I think the expansion to Africa can only benefit from our association with her honorable Chancellor of Global Overday Seminary and University. She's just a great person, and welcome aboard. The Minor Football League is here. The Laboratory of Change continues. Dr. Richard D. Myles Sr. continues to make history.
Absolutely. And we want women owners, as you know, Dr. Freeman and Lisa, you know, these are some of the things that makes us the Laboratory of Change, because we actually giving people of all, not only nationalities, but genders as well. And I was always been excited and wanted women owners. Lisa, I mean, I'll let you come in on chime in on that.
Yeah, no, I think it's so amazing. I didn't get a chance to meet her yet. Still looking forward to meeting everyone, but I did get a chance to watch, and her spirit and her energy is amazing. And I have to say that it's a energy that's shared across the MFL between all the GMs, and I think that is what really makes it work. I'm so excited that Dr. Freeman is going with the women, and opportunity for us to really step forward and present ourselves, because we are capable, very capable. Many women are very capable to handle these positions, and it's time. It's time to change and open doors, and that's what the laboratory change is all about, and the MFL is all about. It's providing opportunities for everyone and getting involved in the community. And that is what will drive, that's going to be the driving force behind us. When you have the community see that you are actually out there, not just about the game, like you mentioned, but about the people and the community.
Yes, and when you think about it, I have to go back, and I'm gonna pat myself real quick, Dr. Freeman, for Dr. saying something. And it was very refreshing to see women in the coaching rank. But I want to know 15, maybe 15 years ago, the Washington Chiefs, when I was coaching them, we had the first women coach, linebacker coach in professional football, and she coached linebackers for us, did our job, and we got on a lot of shows and stuff. So I'm quite sure if you dig in the archives, which that reporter in Dr. Freeman, he digs stuff out. You'll find out that we had, I think we had on one of the Nightline shows or something, and she represented herself very well along with the MFL and the Washington Chiefs. So it is time for it, and it's overdue, if you ask me. And I don't want them. I want them to know that they belong at this table, and we have a seat for them here. So we would love to get more women interested in owning these franchise, because it'll be the same thing with the franchise over in Africa. We will have women owners, and that's something that I tell everybody, but that I'm going to do, and I'm going to see to it. And thus far, I've been sticking with my word. And it's not easy, but then again, if it was easy, as y'all know, everybody be doing it, right?
Absolutely.
Quality people, absolutely. We're going to take a lady because she's a lady. We want to take the most qualified people for the job. You know what I mean? That's what we're interested in. That's what the MFL is about. And getting back to Dr. Freeman, you're doing so many great things up there in the Rochester and the tri-state area in terms of up in New York. And I thought I was the only one that didn't get no sleep, Lisa. I don't know this Dr. Freeman, man. And then going back to Dr. Eubanks, hey, she's
constantly
a go-getter. Absolutely, she's definitely a go-getter. And we at the table, like I said, she is on the. We welcome her to our executive board, but more importantly, this ownership. This is big. So big that, as you know, MFL Nation, Dr. Freeman was the first owner. And it just goes to show you that you can own something here. And I like what he said. He was on a show. I think he was doing a show up in California. Dr. Freeman, he said, hey, I ain't no billionaire, but I'm smart enough to know this is my opportunity. So these are the type of things that the MFL is about. And I'd like Dr. Freeman to expand on that a little bit, because we want people to know this is something that can be done.
Absolutely. You can achieve ownership at the MFL level right now. But the value of these franchises with the work that the entire league is doing is set to make the value go up. So right now is the opportunity for people to move and see if they can acquire a franchise at this current price. But I don't think that price will last much longer, because the value of the league is expanding. I got 3 calls this morning about people that they're responding to the RFP. As you know, I released the RFP for the Rochester Chargers, and they're responding with interest to bid on streaming our games. And this is going to be a trend around the entire league, and the value of the league is just going to increase with the expansion over to Africa. And to bring on a person like Her Excellency, Dr. Diane Willis Eubanks, is just a outstanding opportunity for us. We already have the best national dance team director in the nation. So we're starting to put her name out in the dance community of Western New York and Southern Ontario, because we're going to put a very professional product on the field here. And I'm just looking forward to the day when we can do all the things that we're talking about. Right now, we're fighting through the pandemic, and hopefully we'll be back to doing the things that we're used to doing. And I'm looking forward to it with great anticipation.
Yeah, and as you know, Lisa, it's very exciting knowing that this is getting ready to happen again. As you know, this is the first time in 25 years that we did not go, and that's because we were smart enough to understand we do not know what this is, and they can't tell us what it is. They don't have any cure for it as of yet. So those type of things make me leery as an owner of a league, saying I cannot put y'all at risk. I cannot put these players at risk. And everybody else is excited about football. What the other leagues do, it's on them. I can't speak, nor what I will comment about that. But we know what the MFL can do. I have control of this. And I'm excited about, I have to also, my GMs all over the country, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, my GM, Mr. Scully, doing a great job. He gave me so many different stadiums to call. I mean, Mr. Scully, hold up. Let me get
we'll play at each one each week.
Oh my goodness, our GMs are doing an outstanding job in Atlanta. I mean, hey, these guys doing a great job in Texas. We in Texas. In Oklahoma, these guys are doing an outstanding job of doing the things that we want them to do in terms of getting ready. I don't believe in, I believe in you get ready to be ready. And right now, the MFL is not stopping, although more people think that we're not doing anything or standing still. Believe me.
It's a lot to do.
A lot of planning.
Absolutely. And Lisa's ready to go. Lisa's ready to go. She ready to get on a plane. I have a hard time holding her down, So that's why when we talk, everybody look at, we're waiting for what the front office can say, But we just say we want everybody to be safe. That's the main objective here. Dr. Freeman and Lisa, we want everybody to be safe because, football, it's just a part of what the MFL is. We're the laboratory change. We're talking about economic development. We're talking about programs. We're talking about entrepreneurship. We want to take former players from the field to the front office. We want players to understand beyond the field because we want them to understand business. It's very important that they understand that the norm is gone. It's never going to come back. This is the norm. A lot of people don't want to accept that. And they keep talking about, we're just waiting for things to get back to norm. This is the norm. And I think you can agree with me on that, Dr. Freeman, if you so gracefully want to expand on that.
Right. I don't think we're ever going to return to the way it was. I think that many of the things that have been implemented over the last several months are going to remain in place because you can have another virus. You're trying to get past this one. But I believe that a lot of the practices and protocols that are being put in place will stay in place. And this is the new norm. And we have to be able to work around it. I think you're going to see a lot of people working from home, less and less office buildings. A lot of companies have found out that, hey, we don't need to have all this office space. You can work at home. You can get the same thing done. Put your computer in the house, and we'll just save on this office space. I think we will never return to the way it was. But one thing is for sure, that the MFL is prepared to continue doing its work, and expanding into Africa is a huge move. Huge move.
Absolutely. And I know, Lisa, as we talk about this, I know that the census is, as far as the dance team, I know we get so many calls a day. So I'm quite sure. I know you get a lot of calls. And sometimes I think in the excitement of it all, they forget we do have this COVID-19 pandemic. And we also got to understand flu season is coming. Flu season, you know. Now we don't want people, and people will start getting the flu mixed up with the, and that could be bad as well.
Right.
You know,
contracting both.
see, so now you got double trouble here, and we still don't know how to combat or deal with this COVID-19 problem when we know the flu is a problem, and we still need to deal with that. Now it's, if you can track both of them, not speaking on a medical term, but because I'm an educated individual, I think that's going to be a lot of trouble, because now how do you treat both of them? You can't give a person a shot for one thing and give them a shot for something else. I don't think that'll mix it. I mean, I'm not that crazy. I'm not a drinking man, but I heard you can't mix drinks. Maybe y'all can help me with it. Not saying y'all do any drinking, but I know, like I said, we are educated people here, and that's a concern of mine as well. Lisa?
Yeah, absolutely. It's true. You know, I would think if you do contract both the flu and COVID, it's not going to be pretty. Basically, if you do get the flu, it doesn't make sense to get a flu shot at that time. Usually just take some Theraflu or something to just ride it out. But, you know, people need to be smart. And like you said, we are educated people. When this whole thing started up, I saw it coming, and I had several events scheduled through the rest of the year, and I canceled every single event. You don't have to hit me over the head, you know, but we do need to find our way. And really, I think what would be a waste of time, all this time, I hope that people use this time to reinvent themselves, to take opportunities like entrepreneurship and getting involved with the MFL and just expanding on what they do. When you had Robert Gates, I said, you know, diversify not only your funds, but your abilities. So getting involved with the MFL just provides people tons of opportunity on so many different levels.
Dr. Freeman?
Yeah, I agree. There's so many things that you can do with the MFL. I get so many calls in the course of a day. Like I told you, just dealing with that part of the business is time consuming itself. But not only is there economic development, there are opportunities for other people to be involved in the game day operation. You're going to need people to work the parking lots, concessions, and things of that nature. We are a job creator. This is real economic development. And in the municipality in which we are located, they are going to greatly benefit from having a MFL franchise located in their communities.
And exactly, because affordable entertainment is the key. And we talking about these young people during the summertime where there are no jobs. These are jobs there. Also, these college students that's in school, that whatever your major is, you know, communication, if you are also in broadcast and journalism, if you're in marketing, PR, sports management, trainers, you can come here and get the internship. And the great thing about it right now, a lot of this stuff can be done from home. As you said, I mean, everything is done on a computer and reaching out, because a lot of people reaching out to us. And right now, we're also excited because, you know, Africa is that other frontier that we're excited about. Is just like Starship, and what do you say, Star Trek? You come on, going where no ship have ever gone before. And I think, you know, a lot of people excited about that. And like I said, we will continue to have people from the Africa Asper on the show and talking about what it means for the MFL to come there and all the opportunities. And I just would be remiss if I did not mention all the other GMs and all the outstanding jobs that they're doing. And I know Dr. Freeman, I know you get Thurston Hall up there in Texas, the Cardinals, you know, he, I mean, all of them.
Yeah, he's doing an outstanding job. Outstanding.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He is really following the model that has been given to us by Dr. Richard D. Myles Sr., and he is doing an outstanding job, as long with all the GMs. But Thurston Hall is one that I talk to on a daily basis, and anything I can do to help him, I always do that. And sometimes he just wants to bounce things off of you just to get your opinion, and that's important, because coming to a consensus on a decision sometimes is the best way to go. And he is really doing an outstanding job, has put together a very good organization in Texas, and I think he is going to make history down there. Really, he is going to do some really great things. I think Thurston Hall is a very fine individual, and he has put together a very good organization in Tyler, Texas.
And like Mr. Barlow Jr. down in Atlanta, Georgia with the Warriors, you know, everybody, I mean, they're all doing things. They're constantly calling me. Of course, I push them to Dr. Freeman, you know.
That's all right.
I'm just being honest. I push him over there. Mr. Mel Forbes, Chief Strategy Officer, he's out of town, and a lot of people going because he had some family business he had to take care of, and some of the other GM. But the main thing is they can reach all of us, and that's the good thing about the MFL. You don't have to wait to get an answer. You know, we're going to be right there with you to answer anything you need. But I'm really, you know, Lou Johnson up there in New Jersey, up there along by you.
Great job, yes, sir.
Yeah, with the Raiders. So we just glad now that the puzzle is completed in terms of the Mid-Atlantic, that Dr. Freeman gonna get beat around, and you know,
I don't think that's coming
in the conference, you know. But now that we had the Saints in Philadelphia, I think that's the closest trips you have to make, Lisa. I know you're kind of glad about that too. You have to go further south and further south. So it's these guys I cited, and you know, we can't overlook your Masonic brother down there with the down in
all night, with the Florida Bears, doing a great job. We've got a high level of enthusiasm across the league, and it's a great thing. I mean, Paul Knight is doing a great job. Speak with all of them every other day.
Everyone works together, and that's why it's going to be such a strong season. I'm very excited. It's going to be amazing. I know everyone keeps asking for dates. When are we having combines? When are the dance tryouts? When are you coming? When are we, you know, and the worst thing would be to say, hey, I'll be there October 25th, and then for some reason we have to cancel. That's the worst thing that can happen. But I can tell you that there is so much work being done behind the scenes. Dr. Freeman, Dr. Myles, all the GMs putting in the effort. And like you said, Dr. Freeman, everyone communicating with each other. And even though there's that rivalry and you'll be playing for the rings, you know, everyone's working so that everyone can have a great team and can be successful. And that's what really comes across with the MFL.
Right. And Joyce, I mean, we send her so much stuff she have to look over, and she getting these contracts together, and Ms. Nelson on the with the media part with the MFL. We have so many moving parts here. And I would not want people to think that I'm getting all this credit and I'm doing all this by myself. As you know, Dr. Freeman and Lisa, I'm just glad to and acknowledge the fact that we do have great people, and everybody playing a great a part in this, and that's why we are so good in terms of what we're doing. People want to know how is it we've been around so long, because we got great people, and we got people, like-minded people that is a part of this, and they want to be here. Because we sit down and we talk to people, we tell them exactly what we want, we expect from them. And if it don't fit, like I sound like a broken record, I consider myself, now I'll say about the MFL, we're like a puzzle. We collect the pieces as we go, but there has to be the pieces that fit, Dr. Freeman.
Absolutely. And we've got some great people. Brother Barlow down in Atlanta with the Georgia Warriors, doing an outstanding job. He's starting to name people in his organization. Thurston Hall, he's got a really, really terrific board as he's putting together. Person that I know very well on his board is former Buffalo Bill Terrence McGee. I covered him when I was covering the Buffalo Bills. He's an outstanding individual, and they've got some really great stadium opportunities in the South. I love the South as far as the stadium opportunities, and I really love what you have put together, Dr. Richard D. Myles Sr., and we are just moving forward. I'm excited. The MFL is going to shake the nation again and again and again, and we've got some really good things. And also, my second in command with the Rochester Chargers is Miss Janique Curry. She is a tremendous individual, and she is the one that put together the RFP. She's a tremendous legal mind. She used to be the assistant to Governor David Patterson in New York when he was the governor, and she is right now she's second in command. But I told her that she will be commanding the whole thing soon. Because we are looking to build and continue to build, and I think we've got some great talent in the MFL, and I think we're making history, and history has continued to be made over the last 25 years, and I'm looking forward to when we take the field, and I'm gonna whoop all y'all. This is just gonna happen. You're gonna take a whooping. Tell the Washington Chiefs, don't take it personal. It's just business. Tell the Philadelphia Saints, New Jersey Raiders, and tell Dr. Olawole you're going to take a whooping over there, Maryland Colts, and it's all good. I'm planning on the playoffs and the World Bowl. So you just in between.
We're also excited about we will also ask her, Dr. Freeman, we'd like to get all the women on the show and let people get opportunity to see them and talk about what is their strategy for and what are they looking for, what you're doing as far as, so at least you'll get a chance to be on that panel along with all the women, because Dr. Freeman he put something together there. I must admit I'm impressed. But then we'll get Joyce, and so they can see the other people.
Right.
Nelson, we want to see the other people. All the women, I want them to see the women that's in this organization. Like I said, we got a laboratory of change, and it's not just as men. We have women here.
Before, you've got two vice presidents, Joyce Harris and Miss Kelsey Nelson. You started this, sir. So we're just following suit from what you started.
Absolutely. We want to make sure we get all them on the show several times, even on the radio show as well. We want people to hear from them and give them their perspective and what they want to do individually in terms of the different franchises that they're with. And I know they have some great things. So I extend that invitation to you, Dr. Freeman, and you tell us when on the show, would they like to come on the show? We have two shows, as you know, and we like to get them on the radio and on the live program, but we definitely want them on to see. Then we want to get all the head coaches at sometime or another collectively, at certain times to be on the show as well, so people can see them, their household names, where you at individually. But we want MFL Nation to see them, because the MFL, we're across the country and we'll be going domestically, across, the water. So we're excited about that. And I know at least everybody's sending you stuff. I know everybody want to be a captain, and everybody want to be. What is the what is some of your procedures and how you do that when you I know don't want to be premature and talk about what
right. I know there's a lot of people who are interested, and I love the enthusiasm and the fact that we have so many people interested in participating with the MFL dance team and wanting to come out and participate and be dance captains. So everyone will audition. We're looking for dancers, again, who are 18 and over. And I know Dr. Freeman has his website up now. So anyone who's interested, contact him, or they can reach out to me. I've been collecting all inquiries that have come into me. I've been separating them by the states and the teams that they are interested in participating with. So everyone will have to register to audition. If they're interested in, being a dance captain, at that time, I'll send out a welcome packet informing them of the registration process. If they intend on participating and auditioning to be a dance captain, they'll have to submit like a 1-minute video of some of their work, and as well as headshots, resumes. But that headshots and resumes will be for all the dancers. But they don't need to send that in until they actually register. So once we get the dates out, they can send us emails, they can inquire, and I always follow up with everyone, and I keep their information on file. The minute that we know we're going, they will have all of the information. So I'm really excited. I think it's going to be great. We have really looking to put on a professional show for our guests and attendees at the games. A lot of them, they come out for the game, but they also come out for the dance. So we're really looking forward to it and using this time to really prepare and just conceptualize and see everything and see the vision, create the vision, and then we can provide the vision. So.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you stated that, because we want people to understand we're not looking for dance team directors for these individual franchises, because we have one director of the dance team for the MFL. So as Lisa stated, she will be looking for captains for the prospective team, but we want to make sure this is clear so it won't be any confusion. And I'm going to put the clarity. I want to make sure that it's clear, and I'll bring clarity to everything. We're not looking for a dance team director. We have one, and that's it. All the dance team will be, Lisa will work with all the captains who she picked for the captain, and then while they're there, Lisa would be in constant dialogue with them all the time. So it's not like that we need, and I know we have been getting some people want to know about it, but no, we don't want any dance team director. I don't mean it to be so harsh and say no, but as you can see, we have a dance team director, and we don't need 31 more, 30 more. No, we don't need that. We have that. So we have somebody, that's her job. She's doing a great job of it, and it gives her an opportunity to select the people that she wants to oversee it while the season going on, because thanks God to the technology of I always say, tell Dr. Freeman, thank God for social media. Huh?
Absolutely. You control that narrative. And Dr. Myles, one thing that all of us that are in the position of general manager and now ownership, but most importantly as a general manager, you give us a roadmap to follow. There are people that are going to come at you and try to deter you from that roadmap, and that's fine. I understand it. But follow the map given. We have a national dance team director. That's part of the roadmap. You're going to have people approach you. I want to run the dance. No, got dance team director. You can try out. And after the tryout, she will decide who the captain of the dance team is. And that's part of the roadmap that we all have to follow.
Well, we want to see that all the teams have the best and strive. And we want to see consistency throughout the league, the same way we hope for, we expect from the players. So, having too many people directing can cause a little bit of chaos. This way, I am all about allowing activity. So if the dance captains are comfortable with choreographing, I encourage it, but I will be monitoring, making sure that it's appropriate also for our games, because it's a family game. We're going
Indeed.
We're representing, the MFL, and there are standards that we want to follow, and therefore, I'm there to make sure that that happens.
Absolutely, and poor Lisa be going up and down this Eastern Seaboard. I feel sorry for her. Unfortunately, I'll try to get to many as I can, but realistic, Also, we're really excited about what we're doing collectively. Tell them how they can, for prospective dance young ladies interested, how can they get in contact with you?
They can reach out to me on Instagram at LiveFitK. That's LIV Fit FIT and the letter K. Or my email is the same, livefitk@gmail.com. They can always reach out to any of the GMs in their state, or they can go on to the MFL and send in an inquiry, and then everything gets forwarded to me. I make sure to follow up with everyone. I try to make sure I get back to everyone in 24 hours so that they are aware that I am acknowledging that they are showing interest, even though we're not ready to go yet. But I'm grateful. I am so grateful for the ladies that have already jumped in and said, hey, how can I get involved? So.
Absolutely. And Dr. Freeman with that powerhouse up there called the Chargers. All the other GM sit back and say, oh, okay.
Hey, I just followed the roadmap that was given to me by you, sir. That's all I did. Follow the roadmap.
But I got all mine. I got all mine.
I don't have any rings yet, so I'm trying to take them from you.
Well, how do you get in contact with you, Dr. Freeman?
Well, they can now reach me on my website, which is Rochester Chargers, MFL.com. It is a multi-dimensional website. You'll see a dedicated page for dance registration, and a dedicated page to our founder and CEO, Dr. Richard Myles Sr. And it needs some tweaking, but we'll work on that. Lisa's helping me with that too. But we're really excited about the website. If you're interested in season tickets, registering for the dance team, registering for the combines, if you're doing it for the Rochester Chargers, you would go to that website. Anything else, you would go to the MFLishere.com. So we always have to make that distinction now that we have the website up for the other teams. Right now it's at the MFLishere.com, but for the Rochester Chargers, for our combines, dance team, and season tickets, you would go right to the website where we can accommodate you and get ready for this whooping we're going to put on the Washington Chiefs on June the 5th, if everything goes okay.
Right.
Just wanted to throw that out.
We're all putting that to prayers. So I think between all of us, it should happen.
Absolutely. We also want, and we'll also get in contact with the prospective GM from the different where the different franchises at. They all have Facebook pages that they can go to, and all the information there. And as Dr. Freeman and Lisa said, you can always go to our page, MFLishere.com. Our email is experienceMFL@gmail.com. So we on all the social media platforms, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We are on Twitter. We're on all the social media platforms to get in contact if you wanted any information or inquire anything about the MFL, we're excited about this, and the laboratory of change is it. And I tell everybody, you can't stop change, and change is here, whether some people want to accept it or not. The norm is gone. I mean, face it. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but I just hate to hear people keep talking about when things get back to normal. This is normal.
This is the norm.
Right. Yeah. The norm is here. And unfortunate, a lot of people still thinking and dreaming that things going to get back to where they was. In all honesty, I don't want things to go back the way they was. You know what I mean? I'd like to take y'all take on that individual. I'll go with Lisa first.
Yeah, I hope that, everyone use this time, like I said, to grow, to sit quietly and reflect, whether you are, believe in God or you just believe in meditation. But take the time to sit quietly and listen to what the universe is telling you. Because it will lead you, or your faith, it will lead you in the direction where you need to go. So use this time to grow. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Some people live in the predictable. Misery is better than the unknown, but you sometimes need to step out of that comfort zone in order to grow and find yourself in a better place. Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable. There's always going to be people around you to help lift you up. And that's what we do here at the MFL. And I think it's beautiful. So I encourage people to really take this time to really reinvent yourself and be everything that you were created to be.
Dr. Freeman?
Well, I think as challenging as this period has been, and remembering all the over 200,000 people that have lost their lives and been affected by this virus, it has also exposed that there was a huge digital divide in our communities. There are people that are poor that have now received some of the benefits of having Wi-Fi in each and every house, because children now have to be educated at home because of this pandemic. So one of the good things that has come out of this is how big of a digital divide that existed between those that have and those that have not. And that happening is good, but still remembering all of those that have lost their lives. And hopefully we will get to the point where there is a cure and a usable vaccine that will save lives, and we can move somewhat back to the center where we are now. That's the one thing that I see.
And I appreciate you guys for being on the show today. I realize your time is very important, but the great thing about it, we all take time to come on our platforms, and we use it to educate people, because that's what the MFL is about: outreach, education, prevention. That's something that we do for our younger people. We want them to understand and know. And I'm doing another yell out to the HBC schools. We want y'all understand this. Don't sit home, twiddle your fingers. You have some people saying because you did not play this year, it's all no, don't worry about that. And I think that was one of the best moves that the HBCs could do, Dr. Freeman.
Yes, indeed.
But don't worry about that, because the MFL is here. And look at where the franchises are. We open arms to not just HBCU schools, but all of the schools that we have franchises in those particular states. And we want you to come. We want you to try out. We have, and of course, we want the best players. We would be lying if we say we just want anybody to walk up. We don't want nobody my age coming out there and fall down as soon as you take 2 steps. In all seriousness, we want these young athletes, because the MFL is the laboratory of change, and we are a developmental league. Understand that. That's what the MFL is. Take a look at what we're doing. We're not some flash in the pan. We look good, and you look at stuff. We've been around a long time. You want to wrap us up, Dr. Freeman?
Well, I've got a hat for you, Dr. Richard D. Myles. Right.
Thank
That's what
Thank
you should be wearing, you know.
I think the one thing you want to keep that. It's why they take that up in Rochester. You walking around with a cheap bag on.
No. I've got a shirt for you also. I got polo. I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna take care of the CEO and founder. I want you wearing championship gear now.
You heard that, right, Lisa? I just want to ask Dr. Freeman, when we wear that around up there. No,
You know what? I want all the teams to do well, even though don't think there's favoritism. But I have a shirt. You have a shirt and hat for me too. When I come,
I got you covered.
Absolutely, we got you, Lisa.
I want y'all wearing championship gear when you come up here.
You know what I enjoy? The fact that whoever wins, the MFL wins. Regardless.
That's right.
The MFL win, no matter who wins. And I want to thank y'all again, Lisa and Dr. Freeman, for another edition of Inside the MFL. I'm your host, Dr. Richard D. Myles Sr. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you. That blue thing, I ain't see, I ain't clicking on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I just close it out. I'm gonna let you go and take a nap. Then we can go over and get a few things, like, I'll go get some milk or something.